What's up everyone, my name is Josh and this is Josh Unbox and welcome to my weekly pickups video. Every week I like to show what things I've been picking up for the past week, as well as now I'm throwing in the cards that I've sold recently as well. In terms of pickups today, I really didn't pick up much. I got 5 items here, 2 sports cards related and the other 3 non-sports card related, but fall in the realm of trading cards. But first, I want to talk about the recent sales that I did. Obviously, some of these cards I don't have anymore to show what I sold, so I'm probably going to post a picture of the cards that I did sell. So in terms of sales, I was able to sell 6 cards this week. The first 2 were 2 Kobe Bryant cards. It was his 2nd year Fleer Ultra card and his 3rd year Fleer Ultra card. I sold, it was the 97 Fleer Ultra and the 98 Fleer Ultra, both cards raw. I sold them each for $5 a piece, so a total of $10. Another card that I ended up selling was a 2020 Topps Bo Bichette rookie card graded PSA 10. I sold it for $110. I bought this back, I want to say in November, and I got it for $61. So I bought a lot of 3 for around $180 or so, which equated to about $61 a piece. And I sold one this week for $110. Another card that I ended up selling was a 2014 Panini Select Courtside Rookie of Zach LaVine. I sold it for $102. I ended up buying this card back in July for $6. And another card that I sold was the 2016 Select Courtside of Domantas Sabonis. I did show that in a recent pickup video, I think a couple weeks ago. I ended up paying around $30 or so for it. Sold it for $72.68. Great return on that one. Not as big as a Zach LaVine, but still a great return nonetheless. And the one card that I still have in my possession that I just sold today is this 1993 Pinnacle Derek Jeter. This is a PSA 9. I sold it for $215. I bought this card back in November at $75 from Melrose Sports Cards. You probably seen it in one of my pickups videos also. So we did pretty well with the sales this week, and now it's time to show you what cards I picked up. First card is this BGS 9 1992 Shaquille O'Neal Upper Deck card, rookie card. This is the #1 draft pick. This was a card that I did talk about in one of my videos, in one of my plays. In particular, I was talking about the PSA 9s. At the time of that video, I think the PSA 9s were under 200 or hovering at 200. And just recently, I've been seeing those cards going for a lot more than that. I think like around 3, I think. I can't remember. But I decided to get this BGS 9. I bought it for $85. Thought it was a good deal. Possible crack and resubmit, or maybe just hang on to it and sell it a little bit later down the line. The next card I ended up getting was another Kobe Bryant Fleer Ultra card. This one is a PSA 9. Now, a couple weeks ago, I showed the PSA 7. I have a good friend that I went to school with, graduate school with. We're both big basketball fans, and when I jumped back on into the hobby, I reached out to him and we reconnected. And one of the cool things about it was that he's been collecting for quite some time, ever since we graduated from our grad school. He went back into collecting cards, and I jumped back on about a year ago, and I started talking to him, texting him. I showed him the PSA 7 that I picked up, and I told him, it's so cool to finally get this card in my collection. And he offered to trade me my PSA 7 for his PSA 9. At first, I was like, nah, I don't, let me pay for something. Let me at least pay for our PSA submission that we put through together. And he honestly told me, you know what, forget about it. I have a PSA 10 of this card already. I got this PSA 9 for like $40. To me, it's not about the money. I know you're trying to build the Kobe Bryant PSA 9 collection on his rookie card, so let me give this to you. So we just did a one-to-one trade. I traded him my PSA 7, and he traded me his PSA 9. He's a great friend of mine. We bonded really well together back in graduate school, and still talk to this day. So I really do appreciate him giving me this card. Now the last 3 items are different. They're not sports cards. They're actually Marvel trading cards, and I've been watching the Marvel trading card market since November, and I think we're at a point where the cards are gonna explode. I think the cards have been moving really quickly, the prices have been increasing, and I just started buying some Marvel cards, I think the past month. So this card here is a PMG. This is the Precious Metal Gems. This is Spider-Man. This is the bronze PMG, and it's numbered out of 199. Marvel released a Fleer Retro set back in 2013, 15, and 17, and they all came with Precious Metal Gems. 2017 had the most different variations of PMGs. I can dive deeper into Marvel cards if you're more interested in it. I think I may talk about it a little bit this coming week, and there's a lot of opportunity with Marvel cards right now. But this is a really cool card. In terms of Marvel, Spider-Man is number one. I think the hierarchy goes Spider-Man, Deadpool, then Wolverine, and I think those are the top three guys in the Marvel universe in terms of like popularity. On that similar note, I ended up getting this 1966 Donruss Superheroes card. It's a Marvel Superheroes card. This is Spider-Man. I'm gonna submit this to get graded. With 1966 cards, you know, you're not looking to get high graded cards, raw cards to be able to submit to get like PSA 8s, 9s, or 10s. With this, I'm okay if it gets a PSA 6. It is a little rough around the edges, but it's still a pretty cool card. You know, the thing about these cards is that if you get the set of 9, you can make a big picture. And then the biggest purchase I ended up making is this sealed box of Marvel Masterpieces. This is 1992. If you're not familiar with Marvel cards, this is the first year of Marvel Masterpieces. I remember as a kid, this was like the high-end Marvel set. And, you know, I bought this box for $365. It ended up becoming like $400 with taxes, after taxes and shipping. And this box just recently sold for $898. I think they were selling, and a couple of listings sold for $999. So this box is really booming, and I think it's because it is the first set of Marvel Masterpieces, 1992, and as a kid this was like the highest end of Marvel sets. A couple of these cards graded as PSA 10s have been selling for a lot of money, so I ended up getting a box this week, and it's been really exploding. It's been crazy. So, you know, obviously I'm gonna keep this box sealed. I'm gonna end up selling this somewhere down the line, but yeah, these ones are individually numbered. You can see here, they only made 350,000 of these particular boxes. They also came in a tin box as well. But like I said, I can go deeper into Marvel cards in a future video this week to bring some attention to it. And there's still some pretty good value to be had. There's multiple sets, starting with the 1990 Impel Marvel set. There's 91, 92, there's X-Men Fleer Ultra, Spider-Man Fleer Ultra. There's Flair, I think in 1994. They have the Marvel Masterpieces sets in 92, 93, 94, 95. You know, even to this day, they still make Marvel Masterpieces cards, and those ones are pretty popular as well. So a little bit something different. I wanted to show you guys some of the cards that I picked up and also some of the cards that I've sold. I hope you guys found some value in this. You know, if you haven't yet, please consider subscribing. I do videos daily. This week, I do plan on having a topic of discussion on Marvel cards in particular. I could do a deep dive on Marvel cards. We can talk about starting from 1966, or we can even start from 1990 and go on from there. Because I do feel like there's a lot of value this year, especially with all the content that's going to be coming out with Marvel. I feel that there's going to be opportunities. I think it's going to really boom, just like how Pokemon did. But at the same time, I don't think it's going to be really sustainable. I'm being realistic with it. I'm telling you guys right now that we're going to see a spike in Marvel cards, and then we're going to see a retraction, just like how we did with other things that got hyped up too much too soon. But I think we're at the precipice of Marvel cards starting to boom. If the sale of this recent Marvel Masterpieces box is any indication, I think we're in for something. So like I said, I hope you guys found some value in this. With that being said, my name is Josh, and I'll see you guys in the next video later.